Are you a therapist and you want to be a sex therapist, or you want to specialize in sexuality and you want to get started today? Well, I wanted to let you know that as a therapist, whether you're an MFT, an LCSW, an LPCC, or even if you're just starting out and you're an associate and you're pre-licensed, you can be a sex therapist because it is within your scope of practice. Now, I want to talk a little bit about getting a sex therapist certification. There is an association called ASECT, American Association of Sex Educators, Counselors, and Therapists. Now, they are a very well-recognized, well-established, and reputable way to become a certified sex therapist. I want you to know that it is not required for you to become ASECT certified in order for you to start practicing sex therapy. I decided not to go the ASECT route, and I'm going to tell you why in this video. I got my license to practice therapy in early 2007. I looked into becoming an ASECT certified sex therapist, and I started the process. I filled out my application. I found an ASECT certified supervisor in Los Angeles, which is where I was at the time. And my supervisor was in Beverly Hills. My office was in West Hollywood. And I started the process, and I realized I was spending a lot of time in traffic, a lot of time in supervision, and I'd already just spent so much time in supervision trying to get my license. And I looked at the costs, and a really good friend of mine said, "Do you need this to be a sex therapist?" And I said, "No, I actually don't. Sex therapy is within the scope of practice of a licensed marriage and family therapist." So I decided not to go the route of ASECT. The other thing that I had going for me was I had a ton of lived experience. I came out at the age of 16 in 1988. I lived in San Francisco in the 90s and was completely immersed in the queer and kink communities. And ASECT didn't really look like anyone I knew. Like, it was pretty white at the time. So I decided to go and do it on my own. Now, 16 years later, I have my own training program for therapists to become sex therapists. The other thing I want to say is that I do know several sex therapists who also practice sex therapy and don't have the ASECT certification. That's one thing. The other thing is I'm still very involved with ASECT. I go to their annual conferences. I've taken their trainings. I've been a member on and off. So you can be involved in ASECT and not actually go through their program, which again is really lengthy and really expensive if you don't want to. Again, if you want to, of course, you should do what you want. The other thing that I think is the most important thing about my program is, let's say you are a pre-licensed therapist. Let's say you're an associate, or let's say you're even a trainee and doing practicum in your graduate program, or maybe you haven't even started your graduate program and you're still getting your bachelor's. Maybe you're somewhere in between. You can start working as a sex expert, educator, or coach, and then once you get your license, you can transition into being a sex therapist. So this program also allows you to get your business started right away, as opposed to waiting till you've gotten your license, done your ASECT certification, got all your supervision. I give you all of that in this program, really in a much sort of more empowered way, to empower you with the tools that you already have, to become a really great sex therapist, educator, coach, expert, whichever route you want to go, and start your own business today, which kind of like cuts a lot of the other stuff down. You can go and get the other certifications down the road. You can go get your master's, you can go get your license. All of that you can do later. This program allows you to start working and making money today. All of these programs cost money, so why not make money before you spend money. And in my program, you will make an investment, but it's a small investment compared to going to graduate school and getting your ASEC certification. So check it out and let me know if you have any questions. All right.